Hello friends, in this video we will talk about the if-else statement. If-else statement is also a two-way selection statement. The if condition only says what if the condition is true. It does not talk about what if the condition is false. Now, we want to do certain set of statements if the condition is true and other set of statements if the condition is false. That is a two-way selection. And whenever we have a two-way selection, we take the help of if-else. Let us look what is the syntax of if-else. We write if, then we say condition over here. This is body of if, else we write here body of else and we execute next set of statements. Now what does it says? First the condition is evaluated. If the condition evaluates to true, then the body of if gets executed. If the condition evaluates to false, the body of else gets executed. Now, what can be condition? A condition can be a variable, it can be a constant, it can be a relational expression, or it can be a function call which returns non-void value. Now what is the function call? We have seen some of the built-in functions like printf, scanf, all those things can be written as a condition. What is the body of if? The immediate statement or the immediate block is called the body of if. And the immediate statement or the immediate block is called the body of else. Now let us look at the working of if-else. As we know, first the condition gets evaluated. There are two possible ways of condition. Either the condition is true or the condition is false. If the condition is true, the body of if gets evaluated. And if the condition is false, the body of else gets evaluated. And after these two things, the next set of statements gets executed. These next set of statements are independent of the condition. Now let us look some of the input-output questions on if-else and in which conditions we use input-output. Let us look at the sum of the input-output questions. The first question is int x equal 3, very simple one. X greater than 2, printf 1, else printf 2. Always before, whenever we execute, we need to be sure on what is the body of if and the body of else. Now this is the body of if and this is the body of else. Next, how does the if work? First we need to evaluate the condition. 3 greater than 2, yes, it is true. Therefore it executes the body of if and it gives the output as 1. Let's look at the second one. Minus 1u greater than 1u. Now what is that u? U means unsigned integer. Now in unsigned integer we can only store the positive values. We cannot store the negative values. Then what does this minus 1u will take? Let us see. These integers can be considered as a set of in a circular format where it starts with the greatest value. Now what is the greatest value that it can be stored in an unsigned integer? It is 2 to the power 32 minus 1. That is the greatest number. Now and what is the least number that can be stored in an unsigned integer? It's a 0. We know it. Suppose this is 0. Now as we go on the clockwise direction, we assume it to be a positive direction. You can take anti-clockwise also as positive. Now we go in clockwise, this becomes 1, this is where we reach 2, this is somewhere we might reach 10 to the power 5 and here we reach 2 to the power 32 minus 2. Here we reach 2 to the power 32 minus 2. Now minus 1u. If it is positive direction, we go in the clockwise and if it is negative direction, we go in the anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, -1 unsigned integer cannot be negative, and the compiler takes -1 as 2 to the power 32 minus 1. And 1u is a positive number, 1 unsigned integer, and 2 power 32 minus 1, it is always greater than 1. Therefore, the output which we see over here is 1. Let's see the third one. We say if I is equal in bracket 2 comma 3 comma 0. We know that comma operator always takes the last value. And what is the last value over here? The last value is 0. Therefore, the value of I is assigned to be 0. We know that 0 is false. Therefore, this if evaluates to false. Hence, the body of else should be executed. And this is the body of else. And we see the output as 2. And the value of I to be printed is equal 0. Let us look the output of this. If not printf hello, printf 1, else printf 2. We already know that a condition can be a function call. First, the condition should be evaluated. Evaluate this printf hello. Therefore, on the output screen, we see hello. And we know that printf returns the number of characters printed on the screen. How many characters are printed? 5 characters are printed. Therefore, it returns 5 as the answer. We know any non-zero value is true and not of true is false. Therefore, this if evaluates to false. Hence, the body of else gets executed and we see output as hello and 2. Let's see this one. Int x equal 1, if x equal 1, semicolon, printf 1, else printf 2. Before we execute, we need to be sure on body of if and the body of else. Now, this semicolon is the body of if and this printf statement is the body of else. And the syntax says that there should not be any statement between body of if and else. And we find this statement which is between the body of if and the else. And such is an error. And this error is called as else without previous if. This error is called else without previous if. Now let us look some more questions. Hello friends, I want you to pause the video and try the output of these questions. Okay, let's see the output of this. X equal 5, y equal 3, x equal to y. Here we are doing assignment, it's not a comparison. Now assignment means the value of y will be assigned to x. The previous value of x was 5, y was 3, now x from 5 it becomes 3. Now 3 is true, therefore it should evaluate the body of if. This is the body of if and it prints the value of x and the recent value of x is 3, therefore the output of this question is 3. Let's see this one. X is 5, y is 3. Now here we are doing comparison, x equal y. Before we execute, we need to be sure on the body of if and the body of else. This semicolon is the body of if and this semicolon is the body of else. And we see there is no statement between body of if and else. Therefore, it is not error else without previous if. 5 equal 3, the condition is false. Therefore, we have to execute the body of else. And the body of else is semicolon. It means do nothing, it does nothing. And it prints the value of x and y. The recent value of x and y is 5 and 3. Let's see the output of this. Printf hello. Therefore, it will print hello on the output screen. Printf returns the number of characters printed. How many characters are printed? 5. Now the next thing is multiplication has highest precedence over the comparison. 5 into 2 is 10. Is 10 equal 10? Yes. Then it will print the body of if and the output which see is hello world. Now here they have given that the value of x assumed to be 0. That means whenever we have to execute this scanf first, we assume that the value of x given to be there is 0. This is a This is a square root function. It means it gives the square root of the given number. First, the innermost function should be evaluated, and the innermost function is scanf. Hence, this is x, and if we give 0 over here, scanf returns the number of variables successfully read. The answer is 1, because one variable we have read successfully. And we say square root of 1. Square root of 1 is 1. It is true. Therefore, this complete if evaluates to true. Since it is true, the body of if should get executed, and it prints the value of x to be 0. Because scanf returns the number of statements, number of variables successfully read. Thank you, friends. In the next video, we will see some of the programming questions.